Hey guys, Ken. Welcome to another Autism Digest interview where today we have a very unique guest. He's an Elvis impersonator on the spectrum based in Wisconsin. As you can see, he has the badge on his costume in reference to the infamous Richard Nixon and Elvis Presley meeting. He's played in Memphis and Las Vegas, two places that Elvis has frequented. He is Aaron Smith. Thanks for coming on, Aaron.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Caden. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there.
Hey, my first question for you is, for those that may not know who the name Aaron Smith is, what's your story in your own words?
Well, I'm from a very, very small town in Wisconsin, and I'm an Elvis tribute artist, and I've been on the road for the last 4 years, doing my show and my tribute to the King, and raising awareness for people with autism as well as other different learning disabilities.
That's amazing. My second question for you is, how do you think autism has helped you in your performing career?
Oh gosh, I mean, it's helped me and hurt me, but I'd say it's helped me because it gets me to want everything to be perfect right down to the wire.
Yeah, honestly the same way with interviews or anything I do. Really, I work a pizza job in addition to doing this, and one thing they have me doing is making sub sandwiches. And for me, with autism, everything has to be exactly how it is in the guide, like exact positioning of the ingredients, exact positioning of the olives or the meats, and that kind of thing. So I totally get you. My next question for you is, just for fun, do you mind showing off a bit of your impersonation if I back you up on guitar
Oh,
specifically?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I love some good picking. What songs do you know? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I can do anything. But what works?
It's all right. This is a bit of a tradition around here. If there's a performer, I like to jam out with them.
All right.
How about
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
That's accurate. I'll let you know. How about a bit of Hound Dog? Ready?
Oh, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. What I said to you was high class. There we go.
That's amazing. That's very, very accurate. My fourth question for you is, what is your favorite Elvis memory, or how did you get into Elvis Presley specifically?
Oh gosh. As a young kid, I watched "That's the Way It Is," which was a film. It was filmed in 1970. I almost said 77. 70 when Elvis started his career in the 70s, and it was filmed at the International Hotel at the Hilton. And I saw that when I was really young, and I just was fascinated on how the man could captivate a room and an audience of people. At that time in Vegas, it was very, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, stuffed shirts, ties. People were squares, as they say. But I thought it was interesting how he could transform music in Vegas to the crowds that were, very stuffed shirt and very square, and transcended that to the audiences of young and old that came to see him.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love all the old music. And Elvis specifically, and also Kurt Cobain. It amazes me how they were able to put the crowd in a trance due to the sensationalizations of their time. So I totally get what you're saying.
I like Kurt Cobain too. It's the same thing. It's another young tragedy. We lost him far too young.
Yeah, exactly. My next question for you is: you played in both Memphis and Las Vegas. Yes, two places that Elvis is very well known. And which of the two were your favorite specifically, and why?
Oh, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because out of all the places I've been, I've only been in the States just because it's really expensive to travel outside the States. But out of the two, they both have Elvis facets but I love Memphis. But I would have to say Vegas, just because of my OCD. I love Vegas. I love Vegas history. I love anything Las Vegas from like the '60s to the '70s. So being able to play in Las Vegas for the first time was such a dream to me, because I didn't think I'd ever accomplish that, let alone get to appear in Vegas and visit and do some appearances at the Westgate, formerly the Hilton, where he was always selling out shows when I was like his home away from home. So that takes the cake for me. If I had to favor, I would favor Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I went to Vegas personally when I was 10 years old. It's
Lucky. No.
definitely changed a lot since then, of course, but it's a really fun place. My next question for you
Where
is
did you where did you go while you were there? Do you remember?
one of the places we went to was for Rio. I went there with my family, Rio, which has one of the longest buffets in the world, actually. We went
I
to
did.
a lot of different buffets, and there I had a pancake there with like 5 different animals, 7
Oh, that
creme
sounds good.
cakes, which is a French dessert. And right when we're about to leave, normally people in Vegas throw up after they drink too much. In my case, I
Right.
puked after I ate too much.
Oh no. Well, at least you got your money's worth, right?
Yeah, I did. There's a lot of places in Vegas that I want to go to who once I raise enough money to go there again because I loved it. My next question for you is
It wasn't. People thought it would be overstimulating for someone with autism. I thought it was the most relaxing thing. Aside from doing my show on stage, when I went to sightsee, I just thought it was great. It wasn't too much for me. I just I like I'm an extrovert. I think that's what it's called. I like lights and sensory if it's to my liking, and I it was a little overwhelming, but for the most part, being there, I think it's just because I'm into it. It was great. I didn't go to the Rio. I know that's off the strip, but we went to Old Fremont Street and all that, and that was cool with the little the movie screen thing on the ceiling. It was really cool, but it was hot. It was like 114 degrees during the day. So
yeah, it's definitely hot there. It's definitely a fun place. My next question for you is: what's your advice for anyone, nerd version or not, that wants to make it as a performing artist?
I would have to say, first and foremost, if you love to do something, whatever it is, whether it's playing an instrument or comedian or foodie or uh, anything that's in the public, I would have to say, uh, don't discourage yourself if people don't automatically believe in you right away, or if they don't automatically think it's a real job or it's going to be successful. Um, don't rely on other people's opinions. I mean, when you're in the public, you rely on other people's opinions. But once you get successful, then rely on people's opinions. But first and foremost, believe in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I really like that advice. I went through a time in my life personally where I relied too much on people's comments or opinions and honestly blindly did what I told. But as I got older, I realized that life's too short to rely on people's opinions. You honestly got to forge your own path. And if people don't like that, don't give them the time of day. Simple as that.
Absolutely, absolutely, Caden. And it's frustrating because when I first started out, I sought the approval of so many people just to get somewhere. And I was fortunate enough to, I mean, my family wasn't always 100% into it. Eventually, they kind of got behind me on it, which I'm blessed and I'm thankful for that, that they've now become a little more supportive and kind of backed me up on things. But I was fortunate because in the beginning, I didn't really have a lot of connections. I didn't have a lot of money. I mean, the costumes, the sound equipment, all that's expensive, and I didn't know where I was going to go. So I met my now road manager, Johnny Z. He lives out in New Jersey, and he kind of him and another ETA, Jim Barone and Rick Lindsay and Rob Lutz. they're big in the Elvis world, and they're doing like the Legends in Concert type shows. So they kind of took me under their wing, and they said, "Well, if you will give you an audition, and if you pass, you can come on the road with us." And it's almost 4 years now, and I've been on the road with them, and that's how I got to experience Las Vegas and so forth. But um, relying on people, it was hard to differentiate, I guess, my hats, right? The opinions of my friends versus the opinions of my fans and the public. So it a lot of energy, a lot of mental, I guess, brain fog, because it's like I had to be three persons. I had to be family, I had to be friend, and I had to be the person on the marquee out front.
Yeah, exactly. And look at you now. No, you're extremely successful, and you have a lot of people who love you. So I definitely admire your perspective. My last question for you is: what does the future hold for you? What shows can we expect to see you in the future?
Oh gosh, oh gosh, I that's a good question, because I actually have been working on my roster with my team, and I would have to say we have some local shows here in my home state of Wisconsin. We're doing a lot of private parties, nursing homes, that sort of thing. But public events, um, we have our annual Las Vegas Elvis Festival in July. That's with, excuse me, Images of the King, and there's going to be a lot of Elvis tribute artists there. That's at the Westgate, Las Vegas. I want to say June 9th through the 13th. Tickets are on there, and that's open to anybody. They can come and see us in July, and they can see the other tribute acts. There's going to be, I think, over 100 or so Elvis tribute artists competing for the grand prize. So I'll be in that, and I'll be appearing there. And then we have Memphis, Tennessee, which is in August, the 9th through the 16th for Elvis Week. And then there's Ronnie Craig's Elvis Explosion in La Crosse. I believe that's September 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th at the La Crosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And I post my schedule as it gets updated monthly and weekly sometimes. So you can find me there at the Autistic Elvis Tribute. Sorry, a lot of words, man. Autistic Elvis Tribute Artist on Facebook and on Instagram. Those are my socials. And yeah, hopefully we're working on something in Australia in October across the pond. So that's going to be in the works. I'm working with a friend of mine named Dion. He's a very well known Elvis tribute artist in Adelaide, Australia. So we're working on that. That should be in October. But yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot going on. We'll be sure to look out for you. Anyway, that's going to do it for this interview, guys. Thank you so much to Aaron Smith for coming on and sharing his story. If you guys want to see more amazing Autism Digest interviews, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Autism Digest channel. Check out our new issue by going to autismdigest.com. And just a reminder that our interviews are now on Spotify. So if you want to check those out, type in Autism Digest. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much.